doesn't want to stay up late. So thank you all for coming, and here we go. John Farley.
Very good. Thanks for coming. Oh. Okay, here we go. Lock the door. Don't let anybody else in. You actually came. That's amazing. He's been saying that for... Well, welcome to 1984, Brave New World, 2001. So, a little something inspired by the events of 9/11. They took aim a long time ago, but the marks were hit today. Rubble rumbled through the streets. Our country's safety breached. The breaking point's been reached. They came to settle a score. Shall we hit 'em back and bring on more, or turn our cheek and stop the sins of the father, and stop the sins of the father? Two worms in the apple by two early birds got served up to the legacy of a starving world. Past mouths to feed, where the people bleed. Limousines turn the corner, pick up speed. Well, they can see out, but you can't see in. But they don't see you, but you see them. Many feet have run red, but so few have sipped the wine. And now we count the dead, casualties from all the hungry times. They took aim a long time ago, but the marks were hit today. Rubble rumbled through the streets. Our country's safety breached. The breaking point's been reached. They came to settle a score. Shall we hit 'em back and bring on more, or turn our cheek and stop the sins of the father, and stop the sins of the father? Rage at our government for all its killing. A show in D.C. that got only second billing. Child on the road in her napalm skin. Mushroom clouds in her eyes as we look back again. And what we see has come back around as if propelled out of the clouds of heaven. All the horror that we sent down, riding in on the wings of a 767. They took aim a long time ago, but the marks were hit today. Rubble rumbled through the streets. Our country's safety breached. The breaking point's been reached. They came to settle a score. Shall we hit 'em back and bring on more, or turn our cheek and stop the sins of the father, and stop the sins of the father, and stop the sins of the father, and and stop the sins of the father, and stop the sins of the father, and stop the sins of the father, stop the sins, and stop the sins of the father. Here's to you, TV land. Hi. Change guitars. That's kind of sobering, huh? But right after 9/11, I thought, we should be easy on this guy, give him a break for a while. Country's behind him, maybe not, But I don't think so now. We survived the loss of JFK and RFK, but will we survive the Bush? We survived gamma rays and Y2K, but will we survive the Bush? This Bush ain't natural, must be genetically engineered. Paid for by the Republican Party, soft money from Israeli peers. We survived the threat of Ho Chi Minh, Tiny Tim, but will we survive the Bush? We survived CIA intrusion and corporate collusion, but will we survive the Bush? The leaves of this bush, yeah, they irritate my skin. And the berries from this bush, they give me indigestion. We survived tough breaks and West Coast quakes, but will we survive the Bush? We survived Psycho Bates, remember him, and Watergate, but will we survive the Bush? This bush must have insects, yeah, it's a looking kind of thin. But being genetically engineered, no one knows how to stop the infestation. We survive dirty tricks and tricky dick, but will we survive the Bush? We survived those Frankie Avalon flicks and those Deliverance hicks, but will we survive the Bush? Don't water this bush, just let it wither and blow away. Like some Texas tumbleweed on a dusty, windy day. We survived Bert's wigs and Rolling Stone gigs, but will we survive the Bush? We survived the Bay of Pigs and Soviet MiGs, but will we survive the Bush? There's no natural environment that this bush fits in. We'll just have to mulch him up for the artificial turf in RFK Stadium. We survived Snoopy sales and Carter's hemorrhoid tails, but will we survive the Bush? We survived the OJ trial in punk rock styles, but will we survive the bush? Well, now it's the Alaska wilderness. You're giving up for those petroleum bucks. Well, why don't we just give you up and replant you in some oil spill muck? We survived Wallace and LeMay and Andrew Dice Clay. But will we survive the bush? We survived the Big New Brzezinski and the Monica Lewinsky. But will we survive the bush? Yeah. Okay, Bushman, it's time to give you a snip. We'll put the scissors in the hands of that new Democratic majority whip. Ooh, hurts. We survived the Clockwork Orange and feminist scorn, but will we survive the bush? We survived web-based porn and Starlink corn, but will we survive the bush? George W.'s been pre-approved for a NASA credit card. Bonus miles accumulate for the next probe on its way to Mars. Get on it, George. We survived the Black Panthers and a witch named Samantha, but will we survive the bush? We survived Eldridge Cleaver and reruns of Beaver, but will we survive? Will we survive? Will we survive the bush? Yeah. Hello, you latecomers. Ah, hey, Dorothy and Tom up there. Yeah. Way to go. Did you bring the kids? No? Oh, really? He's that old that he doesn't want to sit with his parents already? What? No? Oh, it's right. You're right there. Well, I'll try not to wake him up. Anyway, what are you going to say about what's happened recently, you know? My first thoughts were, boy, maybe now they'll listen to us, you know? My second thought was, where's King Kong when you really need him? You know, he's up there swatting the planes away on the top of the skyscraper. Could have used him there. Do you notice how that the Taliban is giving us intelligence reports? Send our planes in. Next day in the news they go, you missed. It's like, oh, we did? Okay. All right, send them back in. What is that? You know, we do it again. Next thing, you missed, didn't get the, it didn't hit the airports, didn't hit the ammunition dumps. We didn't? Okay, thanks. Bam, send them back in. That's crazy, isn't it? I mean, I don't get that. What is that? They're not as tough as they think they are. Who's their, what do they call it? The press agent or something. Anyway, and if then they'll come back and say if they did hit something, right? It's never it missed the airport and it hit a warehouse full of drywall. I mean, it's never, if it missed the airport, it hit a handicapped orphan's home who were eating cookies at the time, watching Afghan's version of Sesame Street, something like that. I don't know. It's all crazy, isn't it? Anyway, what am I doing next? I don't know. Oh, okay. Use this guitar. I know what it is inside me. I'll get it out here in a minute. I'm gonna break the mic. All of my love, all of my kissing, you don't know what you've been a missing, oh boy. Oh, when you're with me, oh boy, the world will see that you were meant for me. All of my life I've been awaiting, tonight there'll be no hesitating, oh boy. When you're with me, oh boy, the world will see that you were meant for me, yeah. Well, stars appear and the shadows are falling. You can hear my heart a-calling. A little bit of loving makes everything right. Isn't that a great line? A little bit of loving makes everything right. A little bit of loving makes everything right. I'm gonna see my baby tonight. All of my love, all of my kissing. You don't know what you've been a-missing, oh boy. When you're with me, oh boy, the world will see that you were meant for me. All of my life I've been awaiting, tonight there'll be no hesitating, oh boy. When you're with me, oh boy, the world will see that you were meant for me. All the stars appear and the shadows are falling. You can hear my heart a-calling. A little bit of loving makes everything right. I'm gonna see my baby tonight. All of my love, all of my kissing. You don't know what you've been a-missing, oh boy. When you're with me, oh boy, the world will see that you were meant for me. All of my life I've been awaiting, tonight there'll be no hesitating, oh boy. When you're with me, oh boy, the world will see that you were meant for me. Yeah, that you were meant for me. Whoa. I mean, you're a teenager, right? And you've been waiting for at least 3 or 4 years for this. It's the big night. Male or female, doesn't matter, right? And you're going, you're getting dressed, right? You're going, oh boy. This is you're waiting all day and finally the stars come out and the shadows are falling. You go, oh! That's who I used to be anyway. By the time I was 21, I was spent. That was it for me. I was done. Yeah. So, I'm pretty harmless. Okay. Let me see that song. I didn't write that last one. You know who didn't write it too? No, he didn't. He sang it very well, though. It was written by a couple of guys from the Crickets and somebody else. Sonny West, Allison, and somebody named something. Forget. It's been a while. But anyway, he didn't. That was a surprise to me. Here's one I wrote called Oh Boy. This is a song about eye contact. Okay? It's a little social commentary on eye contact. What are you laughing about? You're looking right at me. You don't have a problem with that. It's called Hey You. Hey you, where are you looking now? Hey you, I'm not in that crowd. Hey you, where are you looking now? Why, how come you ain't a-looking where you wanna? Is it too much to handle? My eyes being on you, yeah, your eyes roll around, you don't know where they're gonna land. If you're looking for the time, baby, you're running out of sand. Hey you, where are you looking now? Hey you, I'm not in that crowd. Hey you, where are you looking now? You turn the corner, I know your heart's on me. You know I'm looking, but you pretend you don't see. Your eyes go wandering, glaze up in the light. You're looking at nothing, like a snowman in the night. Hey you, Where are you looking now? Hey, you. I'm not in that crowd. Hey, you. Where are you looking now? Oh, I can tell that you want to look me over, steal a little glance without my notice. Well, I don't know if you took it, but I'll bet that you did. So what's going on in there that you can't admit? Hey, you. Where are you looking now? Hey, you. I'm not in that crowd. Hey, you. Where are you looking? Come on, baby, where are you looking now? I'm not over there. I'm over here, man. Why don't you let your eyes go where your heart wants your eyes to go, baby? And I know that your heart wants your eyes on me, so come on. Hey, you. Hey, you. Hey, you. Hey, you. Hey, you. Is that baby clapping? The little feet going, you know, up there, you know. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Never heard that before. How long have I been around? 17 days. And that's good stuff. Okay, sorry. Give me that. Okay. Yeah. My eyes are so bad. What the hell is that? Oh, yeah. I usually don't like to do that, but I like to make it kind of unobtrusive, like, oh, yeah, I know what I'm doing. Yeah. Oh, well. Anyway, okay, there's a little story behind this, and one of the things that kind of aggravates me when I go hear people play music is that they give stories behind every one of their songs. Well, I was hitchhiking through California, and I saw an Indian get picked up by a 747 on the highway, and I just was inspired to write a song. Anyway, so pardon me, you know, for doing this, but about 9 years ago, I was on the highway with an Indian, and I fell in love at first sight. It was the first time it ever happened to me. I was in Annapurna, actually, funnily enough. And I didn't even see her face. I was just kind of sitting there, and I looked across, and boom, you know, I cut the shoulder, leg, or something, and that was it for me. You know, and it wasn't a sexual thing. It was just purely, it was wonderful. And then I saw her face, and that even was better, and her walk and the whole thing. I was just kind of, huh. You know, there's one of these things where everything she does is magical. You know, you just watch her, and you can't eat your food, you know, and you've lost, 20 pounds in a week. And walk. I was in one of those kind of things, you know. And she was a MIU ESL student from Hungary. And so I just had this thing for her, you know. And so it took me about a month to get up the courage, you know, to go approach her. And I would check her out, and she had a boyfriend. Was this guy around her all the time? And am I on the mic enough? Am I close enough to the mic? Should I be closer? I don't know. Anyway, so finally, you know, I'm kind of sitting on the bridge by the pond. We used to have a pond, by the way, out there, for those of you who don't know. And, you know, listening to the waterfall, and she walks by alone. And I jump off the bridge, you know, I don't know I don't know how that happened, but just, boom, I was off. And we had about a 1 hour, it was kind of a conversation. Her English wasn't very good. So it was a little hard, there's a lot of gesticulating and stuff like that. And, but it was okay, and I was happy with it. And yeah, except, you know, she just didn't speak English very well. And so the next day I registered a complaint with the MIU ESL department. And, so, you know, what are you doing? And I found out that in that 1 hour conversation, that in the 1 year she'd been in the MIU community, the only English word she knew was donation. And but anyway, I really fell hard. You know, the poems, the songs, the whole thing for months, you know, and then I realized she had a boyfriend, they got married, and then they left, and And then they come back to Fairfield, and they laugh, they come back, she gets divorced, comes back, and I hear about it years later, and then, but anyway, so I saw her again, and I wrote some songs, and I saw her again a few months ago, and she looked great, and then another song came out of me, and this is it. Her name is Annie. People are going, I know who that is. I remember her. It's been a long time I've been waiting. But has it been a long time for you? Maybe you don't know I'm even out here. Maybe you don't know how much I care. Maybe for you it just isn't there. I saw you the other day as you came passing. You looked my way, but what did you see? Well, my heart kind of stumbled. There was no place for me to go. And all of this, you never know. The time in our hearts is a longer time than what the planets would spin when the stars can't seem to find how to bring us back together again. You look so good, Annie. How can you not know how I feel? Isn't there just some sense when our eyes meet? And those rare times when you return, that my heart for you still yearns. The time in our hearts is a longer time than what the planets would spin when the stars can't seem to find how to bring us back together again. But I keep on hoping that somehow they find a way. It's been so many years now, and I'm still holding out for you. Are you still holding out too? Well, the time in our hearts is a longer time than what the planets would spin when the stars can't seem to find how to bring us back together again. But I keep on hoping that somehow they find a way. For it's been so many years now, and I'm still holding out for you. Are you still holding out too? Could it be you're holding out too? I hope you're holding out too. So we'll see, huh? Fat chance. Yeah. Oh. I have these what I call stupid comedy timeouts. So it's time for one. Although it's been pretty stupid up to now. Anyway, I don't know. Maybe. Okay. I definitely need my glasses for this one. I like to, read through the Fairfield Weekly Reader because I think it's full of all kinds of laughs all the time. And sometimes I can find quite a few, and other times, not too many. And here's a classified ad that reads, "Airport pickup return." Now, I hope this isn't anybody in here and I'm insulting them, but even if I am, you deserve it for this. Airport pickup return, available 24 hours, friendly, professional, focused. Now, what I thought was, if you're going to have somebody drive you to the airport, you want somebody who knows how to focus. Okay. You don't want somebody going, hey, listen, whoa. Hey, that's all right, don't worry about it. Whoa, look at that. They shouldn't be doing that in the field. Whoa. And professional, what's he mean by that? Was he going to get a chauffeur's outfit or something? I mean, professional. Most of these people that drive you to the airport, they have these old buckets, I wonder if you're going to make it and you're paying them $65. I think it's 85 now, isn't it? 60? Well, you got a good rate there, I think. And then the other one was friendly. You don't want them too friendly either, constantly talking while they're driving off the road. I don't know. Anyway. And then as you know, we have, I once wrote a thing in the Fairfield Weekly Reader. It was about how did it go? It was like a takeoff on Harper's Index. And it said the number of self-development workshops and seminars available in the United States that had not been to Fairfield in the past year, and the answer was 0. And so I'm reading through this, and every week it's something. Somebody's rolling through town, or they're not in town. They're on the outskirts of town in some farmhouse. That's where they always are, What, are you afraid to come in, or what? Morning Star's always available, Why don't you come on in? But this one I thought was kind of funny. Where is it? Oh, yeah. Bungie, the Australian Aborigine healer. Who is that? Let me ask you. Bungie? I don't know about you, but I'm just throwing away all the Vedic science. Forget about Vedic science. Who needs Vedic science when you have Bungie? Now, Bungie may be, a very credible healer or something. I don't know. What are you going to do? I was walking down Burlington the other day. This has nothing to do with the 22-year governor who wrote that classified or Bungie here. But I was walking down Burlington the other day, and there were two, local guys in front of me. Are there local people here tonight? Anybody here? You are. You'd like to insult you. No, it's not like that. It's just, some. Anyway, this wasn't meant to be insulting. So there are two guys walking in front of me who, they're rugged construction farmer types, with the overalls and the corn in the hair and stuff and everything. And so, and I'm walking in, and they're making fun of the soup of the day at Zadie's, which is potato celery. Okay. Potato celery. Wimpy soup that is, And so I caught part of this, and in the ensuing conversation, I found out that they had just been down to the Love and Spoonful. That's one of the town restaurants, and where they had the soup of the day, which was tobacco beef. And you had a choice. You could either eat it or smoke it. You go in, they give you a spoon or some rolling paper. You can decide, you know. What's going on here? Why am I suddenly going weird? Okay, so that was a stupid comedy timeout. And now if I can read this, go back to the music. What did I have here? Oh, this is a good one. Jim likes this one. Capoed up and everything here. This one I did not write. I've altered it a little bit. I bought a tea there, which is cold, so that's going to be like cold bought a tea. I don't know. It's going to work. If anybody wants a little scone, they're getting hungry. See, I don't do intermission, so there's no cookies and apple juice. I know, John, you're probably very disappointed in that. But if you want some of that scone, John, give that to John there. Huh? Oh, well, if you want some of the tea, come on up. You better hurry if you want it warm, though. It's getting colder by the minute. This was written by Bruce Springsteen, and I kind of altered it a little bit. Just a little. It's one of those I sing to myself. Will you guys be all right for the next 5 or 10 minutes? Is it a civil defense thing or what? What is that? What? No, I know. What? I like to miss a joke.
I said that's what you get for talking about by me.
I know. He also, dabbles in voodoo, I guess. Okay. I feel a pin going into my side. I shouldn't do this, but it's just, it's like, when it's like leaning into a punch, and you just gotta. So, in the day we sweated out on the streets of a runaway American dream. At nights we ride through mansions of glory and suicide machines, sprung from cages on Highway 9. Chrome-wheeled, fuel-injected, I'm stepping out over the line. Baby, this town rips the bones from your back. It's a death trap. It's a suicide rap. I'm gonna get out while I'm still alive. Shithogs like us, baby, we were born to fly. Why don't you let me in? I want to be your friend. I want to guard your dreams and visions. Just wrap your legs around these velvet rims. Strap your hands across my engine. And together we can break this trap. We'll run till we drop, and baby, we'll never go back. Fly with me out on the wire. Ah, girl, I'm just a scared and a lonely flyer, but I gotta know how it feels. Yeah, I wanna know if love is wild. I wanna know if love is real. Yeah, beyond the palace, Hemi-powered drones scream down the boulevard. Girls combing her hair in the rearview mirror, and the boys try to look so hard. The amusement park rises bold and stark. Kids are huddled on the beach in the mist. I want to fly with you, woman, over the streets tonight in an everlasting kiss. Well, the highway's jammed with broken heroes on a last chance power drive. Everybody's out on the run tonight, but there ain't no place left to hide. sadness. I love you with all the madness in my soul. Someday, baby, I don't know when, we're gonna get to that place we really wanna go, and we'll soar in the sky. Ah, it's siddharths like us, baby, we were born to fly. Ah, siddharths like us, baby, we were born to fly. We were. It's coming along, isn't it? It's coming along. I haven't seen any levitation going on yet, but levitation. This is a song I wrote called Wrong Connections. Another little social commentary thing. How's everybody doing? It's okay? Good. See, I don't even say anything. It's laughing over there. Okay, get warmed up. Turn off the computers, TVs, and cell phones and charm your life with music and song and mix in lots of what tickles your funny bone and you're on your way home. Well, turn off the computers, TVs, and cell phones and charm your life with music and song and mix in lots of what tickles your funny bone and you're on your way home. Well, you go to work in the rising sun, up in the lift, the cubicle one. The air is stale and electrified. Everybody's drying up inside. The whole damn place is sanitized. The feelings, the words, the look in your eyes. You're kind of dying, my friend. So, turn off the computers, TVs, and cell phones and charm your life with music and song and mix in lots of what tickles your funny bone and you're on your way home. Well, you head for home in the setting sun. The family's coming off of that rat race run. Out come the joysticks, they watching new food. Everybody's in an entertainment mood. There's stuff plugged in every room. But no one's connecting. Yeah, da, 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 da. You're kind of dying, my friends. So, turn off the computers, TVs, and cell phones and charm your life with music and song and mix in lots of what tickles your funny bone and you're on your way home. I said turn off the computers, TVs, and cell phones and charm your life with music and song and mix in lots of what tickles your funny bone and you're on your way home. I said you're on your way home. Hey. You all want that? See how this is. My parents told me never to do this. Anybody want some tea? Water, maybe. I have to look at my clock. What is that? The right figure. Oh, God. This one I thought about, shall I play this to this community or not? But I thought, yeah, okay. Well, it's called a Kali Yuga experience, and it's kind of a before and after thing. And it's called I know how that goes. Okay, what's the joke? Don't leave me out. A Kali Yuga experience? I wouldn't call it that. It's subtitled, I know how that goes. That's what I would say to somebody else. Right now, I'm not playing too much of this community. So, I gotta find community to play to. But I'll take you along wherever I go. What? Oh. And it's just, I had this experience, and I tried to really describe it, this kind of Kali experience. We have this kind of experience. And so I'm not doing very well describing it, but I think I did better in the song, describing it. Ever since my tooth came out, I can't talk right. It's kind of a weird thing. I keep going out the side of my mouth or something. Figure it out. So, okay, here it goes. It's called, Kali Yuga Experience. I know how that goes. Well, your chances were good, but it didn't come down. You're left gutted, naked. Seems a little hotter, your head kind of pounds. There's a time when you could take it. The voices mingle and mangle your words, but it doesn't matter, 'cause they didn't come out quite how you wanted them heard, and it was only for laughter. Yeah, I know how that goes. I do. It's when the time drags long and the road runs steep, and the daylight gives up the day so cheap. As the moment goes still, the despair rolls in, and the look gets lost in that feeling. Something's banging in your head, trying to get through. You can't seem to shake it. You get the feeling that maybe this isn't what you should do. There's a time when you could fake it. The beats are blowing by you, you pull out of the game. It's a loss you can't measure. You look around knowing it's all kind of changed. You're desperate for pleasure. Yeah, I know how that goes. It's when the time drags long and the road runs steep, and the daylight gives up the day so cheap. As the moment goes still, the despair rolls in, and the look gets lost in that feeling. Doesn't seem to be there what you used to have. You're feeling forsaken. You're reaching out, but there's nothing to grab. There was a time when you could make it. You come away only knowing that you don't feel right, and the wind is blowing. The day seems to pause to wait for the night. It's time you were going. Yeah, I know how that goes. It's when the time drags long and the road runs steep, and the daylight gives up the day so cheap. As the moment goes still, the despair rolls in, and the look gets lost in that feeling. Hey. I promise to write the antidote to that, the Sat Yuga experience, and I will, as soon as I have that kind of experience, I will write the song. So, but, they're getting better. All right, this is a song. Oh, speaking of Kali Yuga, this is an ode to the end of Kali Yuga. It's called Tinseltown is Coming Down. Tinseltown's coming down, you know? Buzz there. And an ode to the end of Kali Yuga. And I put kind of two heavy ones back to back. I figured get them out of the way, you know? We'll get on to the light stuff. But what this is, it's okay, this is what we have, but it's coming down. We're going to be without this soon. And just like, you know, the experience that I just described, those kinds of things are going as more bliss comes into our lives, into our minds, and into our hearts. And so this is an ode to the end of Kali Yuga. This is saying, okay, this is what you were, Kali Yuga. Goodbye. Tinseltown is coming down. Tinseltown is coming down. It's all coming down. Yeah, all the deception and all the games and all the foolishness of a people in chains, and all of the killing and all of the cries and all the truths that we now know are lies, and all of the hate and all the closed gates and all the time that would hold this fate. It's all coming down. And all of the pain and all the disdain and the lack of owning up that's been our shame, and all of the sickness and all of the death and all the things in life that ain't now blessed, and all the trodden roads with their jagged hooks, and all the phony people and all their phony looks. Yeah, it's all coming down. Tinseltown is coming down. Tinseltown is coming down. It's all coming down. And there's a black gray haze that shadows our eyes. Filigree and silver steel gives the haze its rise. But with no wind to lift what's cast, there's no light to end the dark. So our eyes will go on missing till the haze begins to part. But Tinseltown is coming down. Tinseltown is coming down. It's all coming down. Yeah, all the selfishness and all the greed and all the things that you think you need, and all of the hunger and all of the fear and all the loads that bring our tears, and all the loneliness and all the pain and all the things. What a loneliness and all the despair and all the things in life that don't seem fair. It's all coming down. And all that would rob us of our self-worth, and all the polluters of our planet Earth, and all that's not sweet, and all the mean streets, and all the people who can't keep a beat, and all the lost hope that we can't hide, and the lack of wonder from our children inside. Yeah, it's all coming down. Tinseltown is coming down. Tinseltown is coming down. Tinseltown is coming down. There's a black gray haze that shadows our eyes. Filigree and silver steel give the haze its rise. But with no wind to lift what's cast, there's no light to end the dark. So our eyes will go on missing till the haze begins to part. But Tinseltown is coming down. Tinseltown is coming down. It's all coming down. And all the outrage that goes so deep, and all the past folly that we're forced to reap, and all of the looks that go nowhere, and all the empty hearts that just don't care, and all the unrelenting crap that's just so hard to shake, like songs like this that may be hard to take. It's all coming down. Tinseltown is coming down. Tinseltown is coming down. It's all coming down. There's a black gray haze that shadows our eyes. Filigree and silver steel give the haze its rise. But with no wind to lift what's cast, there's no light to end the dark. So our eyes will go on missing till the haze begins to part. But Tinseltown is coming down. Tinseltown is coming down. Tinseltown is coming down. Tinseltown is coming down. Yeah, go over there. See you, Johnny. Get to bed. He's a great guy. He's been to a number of my shows. This is kind of a, this could be a stretch. You might think this is a stretch, but what do Afghanistan, America, Arabs, Americans, airplanes, airlines, anthrax, Armageddon, apocalypse, what do they all have in common? Right. They all start with A. And we know as students of Vedic science what happens to A. What does it do? It collapses. So, into K. In this case, stands for calamity, chaos, catastrophe. When in reality, the K stands for knowledge. It's a weird English thing, K stands for knowledge. All right, here's another one. What do Blair, Prime Minister, was it Prime Minister of England? What do Blair, Bush, Bin Laden, and Barbaric have in common? I think you're on to me now, aren't you? That wasn't such a stupid comedy timeout. That wasn't that stupid, was it? Oh. All right, here's a song I wrote called FedEx Lady. This is one of those things where, shut up, John, sing it, will you? Where you just have an experience and, somebody, and you write about it, and you thank life for the experience. FedEx Lady. Sonny and Joey and me, we were singing and playing our songs outside on a Friday afternoon for anyone who came along. Well, she pulled up behind us and parked. I was trying out a song I just wrote, and I looked up and I saw her sit down. She had a FedEx badge on her coat. Her schedule pulled at her time. You could see it in the way she sat. And the wheel turned. The sunny song. Someone tossed a buck in the hat. Well, FedEx lady, you've been delivering all your life. Now stay for a while. Your pickup ain't done. We have more stories to tell. And there are many more songs to be sung. Well, we weren't expecting nothing. She had no package in her hand. She sat there on the wooden bench, and and listened to this lonely band. She said her daddy played a little guitar, but his singing wasn't worth a hoot. She said she used to go out dancing sometimes with her friends and in her cowboy boots. She said she got married young. She had 5 kids in 5 years. And as Sonny was belting out some blues, down her face was running a tear. Well, FedEx lady, you've been delivering all your life. Now stay for a while. Your pickup ain't done. We have more stories to tell. And there are many more songs to be sung. Well, it was my turn to give up a song as she got up to go. I said I had for her a special tune, something to take with her down the road. It was a song of love and renewal, and it had a warm and catchy refrain. And FedEx lady picked it up real fast, and we sang it again and again. Ah, FedEx lady, you've been delivering all your life. Now stay for a while. Your pickup ain't done. We have more stories to tell. And there are many more songs to be sung. Well, as she took to leaving, I could hear her humming our song. She made a pickup for her heart, and then she got in her truck and was gone. Sonny and Joey and me, we kept singing and playing our song outside on a Friday afternoon for anyone who came along. Did I have a distracting insect on my head the whole time? Felt like it. Oh, here's another observation song. This is a song I wrote called Adrian. Adrian. And it, I eat in Annapurna every day. I'm not a student or anything, but I go there. I like the food, and it's nice and hot and silent dining, so I go in there. And I like to eat with the bees outside, you know. And, but there was this student, you know, I was observed who was here for 4 years, I guess. And I never really talked to her or anything. I just kind of would see her from time to time. And being a writer, you know, and songwriter and comedy writer, I live there's a kind of a voyeur kind of aspect to my existence, you know, which is a lot of looking and taking in and stuff. And so she, you know, had left certain impressions on me, and I put it into a song. Well, her glance time's measured and her eyes pierce hard. But she's got a crust-cracking smile that gets through your guard. I said, her glance time's measured and her eyes pierce hard. But she's got a crust-cracking smile that gets through your guard. Yeah, she speaks in sudden bursts, the kind of shock you. Her words wrap it all up, no reason to continue. I said, yeah, she speaks in sudden bursts, the kind of shock you. Her words wrap it all up, no reason to continue. She looks like a purpose that's about to explode. So damn sure where she's going, she must have broken the code. I said. She looks like a purpose that's about to explode. So damn sure where she's going, she must have broken the code. Well, she could model for tough boots or play the Virgin Mary, or cross the line to some noble cause you carry. I said, she could model for tough boots or play the Virgin Mary, or cross the line to some noble cause you carry. Adrian in dark colors can stop your breath. She just has something she doesn't know or won't confess. I said, Adrian in dark colors can stop your breath. She just has something she doesn't know or won't confess. Oh, Adrian in dark colors can stop your breath. CPR, CPR. Yeah, what's that? Come up here and show me. Should I play that? Yeah, sure. Okay, this is another Bruce Springsteen song. I like it. It's kind of a cool song. And it's good for this night. Well, it's Saturday night. You're all dressed up in blue. I've been watching you go out. Baby, you've been watching me too. Well, somebody ran out, left somebody's heart in a mess. Well, if you're looking for love, honey, I'm tougher than the rest. Some girls, they want a handsome man. Yeah, some good-looking Joe. On their arms, some girls like a sweet-talking Romeo. But around here, baby, especially here in Fairfield, I've learned to get what you can get. So if you're rough enough for love, honey, I'm tougher than the rest. Well, the road is dark, and it's a thin, thin line. But I want you to know I'll walk it for you anytime. Well, maybe your other man couldn't pass the test. But if you're rough and ready for love, honey, I'm tougher than the rest. Well, it ain't no secret, I've been around a time or two. Well, I don't know, babe, maybe you've been around too. But there's another dance, honey, and all you gotta do is say yes. And if you're rough and ready for love, honey, I'm tougher than the rest. If you're rough enough for love, honey, I'm tougher than the rest. Tougher. Sloppy up there. Won't get my security deposit back on the rug from social student activities. Had to clean up the place myself. Oh, there is some justice here because they get a third of the gate. The great ironies of life. Oh. Here's a song. Ooh. How's it going up there, Richard? Cool. Don't you love that cool? Hey, the rutabagas, don't they? That's cool. My hair looks a little, that's cool. Very cool. The toothpaste is fun. Cool. This was written by Lennon and McCartney. And what I like to do with this song is remind you of the lyrics before I sing it. It kind of gives it a little more life, I guess. It's called I've Just Seen a Face. And goes, I've just seen a face. I can't forget the time or place when we just met. She's just the girl for me, and I want all the world to see we met. Had it been another day, I might have looked the other way, and I'd have never been aware, but as it is, I'll dream of her tonight. I have never known the likes of this. I've been alone and missed things and kept out of sight, for other girls were never quite like this. Sorry, I have to do something about it. I couldn't play that whole song like that. Kind of takes a little wind out of the song, doesn't it? Sorry. Well, I've just seen a face, I can't forget the time or place, and we just met. She's just the girl for me, and I want all the world to see we met. Well, had it been another day, I might have looked the other way, and I'd never been aware. But as it is, I'll dream of her tonight. Die, 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 da, die. Falling, yeah, I'm falling, and she keeps calling me back again. Yeah, I'm falling, oh, I'm falling, and she keeps calling me back again. I have never known the likes of this. I've been alone, and I have missed things and kept out of sight, for other girls were never quite like this. Die, 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 da, die. Falling, oh, I'm falling, and she keeps calling me back again. Yeah, I'm falling, oh, baby, I'm falling, and she keeps calling me back again. Hungarian ESL student. Okay. All right. It's not even late. Okay, let's, want to talk about my Jodas chart? Not long. My Jodas chart, otherwise known as Night of the Living Dead. Reads like a Stephen King novel, actually. Before he died, Alfred Hitchcock took some interest in it and wanted to turn it into a movie. But he went with Psycho instead. Anyway, yeah, I've had my my Jodas done. I went to Jodashi here. It was quite a few years ago, actually, and I walked into the area where I was having the reading, you know, and my chart was sitting there on the table in front of the Jodashi and had crucifixes around it and cloves of garlic, you know, and a stake driven through the fourth house right through. And he said to me, you know, the negative forces in your life are increasing faster than the positive forces. So you should increase your circle of friends so as things get worse, you'll have more friends to go to for help. I thought, I went to see him because he was one of the more positive ones. You know, I thought, okay. But, you know, I got some good advice there. He said never to get off the freeway at an unfamiliar exit. And I asked him if my hair would grow back, and he said it would, but not on my head. So for years now, I've been looking around. Actually, my body's getting hairier, so that's probably what it is, you know. He recommended a gemstone for me, plutonium, in a nice uranium setting, you know. I thought, you know, maybe I should get a second opinion. So I found this guy, Pandit Hitalsky. Pandit Hitalsky, well, he's one of the few Jewish Hindus. And he owns the New Delhi Deli. It's one of the few places in the East. Actually, it's the only place in the East where you can get gulab jamun on rye. And pastrami chutney. Get that, oh, well. Actually, Hitalsky started out as a snake charmer. And, you know, he played the flute, and he'd just come off Pink Floyd. And so but he had this snake that was, you know, kind of very irritable. It would only dance to, it had to be you. You know, if you played something else, the snake got irritable and wouldn't come out of the basket. And anyway, so he went from there into Jodish or something, into Eastern astrology. And he, I think he came to the United States on the foreign exchange program, you know, and I always thought that the Americans were kind of arrogant because he came to the United States, and the States sent to India 2 chickens and a water buffalo. So I don't know what happened there. Kind of a strange program. Anyway, he became very renowned for his prediction that, this was, you know, years ago actually, that World War II would end sometime before the dissipation of the sun's energies, which I thought was, it's one of the better specific. Excuse me. Check this out here. We're nearing the end. Everybody, oh, thank God. I got 4 hours worth of stuff, but tonight for you, I won't do that. Okay, now, I've been writing songs, I call them phase transition folk songs, like Tinseltown's Coming Down, you know, it's kind of describes the phase transition we're going through. It's not New Age, it's, yeah, phase transition folk. So it describes the stuff. And so some of these songs, Kali Yuga Experience, describe or fall into that category, anyway. I think I played this on the 12th. Hey, see you, Ellie.
Okay, good performance, but if my eyes won't stay awake.
Oh yeah, well listen, you know, you got $5 worth anyway. In fact, I think we all got, I'm going home. That's $5, right? Okay. fact, most people are in here with complimentary tickets, I think. Okay, this is called Take a Seat. Now, it's called Take a Seat, huh? Take a seat in the yogic sense. You know what I mean? In the yogic sense of take a seat into the cell. Shadows fall here from distant lies, as time now hears the aged cries. Echoes of past hearts' rumbling pain escort the fall of welcomed rain. And starlight cast the present finds terrain illumined by a tale of time. All past and present, new and old, every moment's memory holds. At the transcendent, a moment claimed reveals the eternal cosmic game. Forever within us, the game repeats, waiting for us to take our seat. Secrets of the wind blow from the night, only to be revealed in the daytime light. New eyes on what seems new behold, but see from sight that's very old. Like knowledge that just learned seems new, has guided us forever through. All past and present, new and old, every moment's memory holds. At the transcendent, a moment claimed reveals the eternal cosmic game. Forever within us, the game repeats, waiting for us to take our seat. Forever within us, the game repeats, waiting for us to take our seat. Take your seat, folks. Of course, all of you have taken your seat. But it's a song for the world. Phase transition folk. That's it. So much for that one. You may be done. I'm not sure. I should have cards, you know, like late night talk people, you know, they have little cards. What do they call them? Cue cards. Okay, we're going to have some fun with this one, I think. How many in the audience are lawyers? Okay. How many are politicians? Not everybody's a politician. No politicians. Maybe I'll skip and go on to the next. No. How many are CEOs of a company? Okay, I got one now. How many are college professors? Boy, I got the faculty out here, didn't I? What do they do? Do they ever go anywhere doing it? And the staff too. You know, I don't know what you're doing out here. Any doctors? I mean like MDs. Any MDs? Any clergy? Yeah, we can still appreciate this. This is called Why Can't You See This? And in the refrain, I took off on a couple of titles from Dylan songs. It's still my song, but it's called Why Can't You See This? You cold? No, it's cold. Hey, lawyer. You're pretty smart, right? All the best law schools. But you can get murders off on legal technicalities. And your experience of defending those tobacco companies from customers with bodily abnormalities. And you're good at protecting the public from those natural herbal remedies. And you can sue the pants off the ones who can't dance in those courtroom festivities. You're pretty smart, lawyer. Well, the times we want changing are getting a little nearer. And what's blowing in the wind is getting a little clearer. But it seems like somehow along the way there's something that you missed. And if you're so smart, lawyer, why can't you see this? Hey, politician, you're pretty smart, right? You got all those successful campaigns behind you? Well, you're good at pushing bills through Congress, the return favors to corporations. And you're good at saving the taxpayers' money through cuts in the arts and education. And you know how to use those interns for efficient office staffing. And you're able to speak on a variety of topics without all the people laughing. You're pretty smart there, politician. Well, the times we want changing are getting a little nearer, and what's blowing in the wind is getting a little clearer. But it seems like somehow along the way there's something that you missed. And if you're so smart, politician, why can't you see this? Hey, CEO, you're pretty smart, right? You got your name at the top of the Forbes 100 wealthiest in the world. You can find cheap foreign labor so U.S. products can compete. And you're good at the short-term profit game to keep the bear caged up on old Wall Street. And now you're into mergers to try to maximize the loot. But if the earnings go down, you know when to pull the cord on your golden parachute. You're pretty smart there, CEO. Well, the times we want changing are getting a little nearer. And what's blowing in the wind is getting a little clearer. Well, it seems like somehow along the way there's something that you missed. Well, if you're so smart, CEO, why can't you see this? Hey, college professor, you're pretty smart, right? You got tenure, a couple of chairs in your department or something? Well, you're good at teaching different subjects outside the context of the hall. And you serve as an advisor to government, unsure of the consequences of your role. And you know how to write those grants to get money for your cause, like researching the psychological effects of a non-fat Santa Claus. You get good money, goes to some good things there. Well, the times we want changing are getting a little clearer, and what's blowing in the wind is getting a little clearer. But it seems like somehow along the way there's something that you missed. Well, if you're so smart, professor, why can't you see this? Hey, Doc, MD, you're pretty smart, right? All the best medical schools. Well, you can diagnose disease and chart your patient's demise. You know the side effects of all the drugs that you prescribe. Yeah, and you can pronounce someone dead that everybody else knows ain't alive. And you should be reminded, I think, from time to time, it's only cats that have 9 lives. Well, the times we want changing are getting a little nearer, and what's blowing in the wind is getting a little clearer. But it seems like somehow along the way there's something that you missed. Well, if you're so smart, Doc, why can't you see this? Hey, clergy, you're pretty smart, right? All the best divinity schools. You know God personally. Well, you're good at keeping the people thinking that their religion is the best. And you're good at pointing the finger at what you think is making the world a mess. Well, Rabbi, Mullah, Cardinal, or what? We all enjoy your choice of hats. And since we're all starting to feel what's coming down, your direct line is probably tapped. Well, the times we want changing are getting a little near, and what's blowing in the wind is getting a little clear. It seems like somehow along the way there's something that you missed. I feel so smart, clergy. Why can't you see this? And if you're so smart, lawyer, why can't you see this? And if you're so smart, politician, why can't you see this? And if you're so smart, CEO, why can't you see this? If you're so smart, professor, why can't you see this? If you're so smart, doc, why can't you see this? But the times we want changing are getting a little nearer, and what's blowing in the wind is getting a little clearer. Well, it seems like somehow along the way there's something that you missed. And if you're so smart, why can't you see this? Marsh, you'd like that song, didn't you? Don't you think? Marsh, you'd like that song. See you, Deborah. Now, let's see, what's next? I'm almost there. Oh, this is a great song. This is called How Are We Helping Our World with Love? Now, I wrote this. It was a little prophetic, actually. I wrote this before 9/11, as I did Tinseltown. So there was something prophetic there. I wrote this one. I went, what's with this? You know? Now I know. We don't have anything to say. We don't have any time to play. We don't often really care. We hold back when we should share. So how are we helping our world with love? So how are we helping our world with love? Well, you and I are the place that it's got to start. Yeah, and it can't come from any place now but from our hearts. 'Cause the structures that are coming down came up only out of the ground, too flimsy to survive the shaking from the times. And as the walls crumble down up through the haze of Tinseltown, and heralded by the light of freedom's chimes, we'll rise a world that from the start was born out of our hearts, and we'll see how love can change the trends of time. And as the way becomes more clear, we'll see the day is very near, when from the ways of the past we've all resigned. We don't have anything to say, we don't have any time to play. We don't often really care. We hold back when we should share. So how are we helping our world with love? How are we helping our world with love? Yeah. Yeah, okay. How many here were here for Sins of the Father? How many can hear it again? I wanted to play it for those who were late. Okay? This is not the end, just because, or I could play it at the end, but I don't want to. I want to wrap up with 2 other songs. So there's 3 more songs. Unless you force me to stay here for, encores into the late evening. And, wait a minute. Oh, I played on the other. So I wanted everybody to hear this song. So for those of you who have heard it, hear it again. This I finished a couple of weeks ago. How many didn't hear it? Raise your hand again. Who didn't hear this? Okay. Now, how did Tom hear it and you didn't hear it? That's what. We'll do that one. Or did you have your hand up for both of you? Is that what? Okay. They took aim a long time ago, but the marks were hit today. Rubble rumbled through the streets, our country's safety breached. The breaking point's been reached, they came to settle a score. Shall we hit 'em back and bring on more, or turn our cheek? Stop the sins of the father, and stop the sins of the father. Two worms in the apple by two early birds got served up to the legacy of a starving world. Past mouths to feed, where the people bleed, limousines turn the corner and pick up speed. They can see out, but you can't see in. But they don't see you, but you see them. Many feet have run red, but so few have sipped the wine. And now we count the dead, casualties from all the hungry times. They took aim a long time ago, but the marks were hit today. Rubble rumbled through the streets, our country's safety breached. The breaking point's been reached, they came to settle a score. Shall we hit 'em back and bring on more, or turn our cheek? And stop the sins of the father, and stop the sins of the father. Rage at our government for all its killing, a show in D.C. that got only second billing. Child on the road, in her napalm skin, mushroom clouds in our eyes as we look back again. And what we see has come back around, as if propelled out of the clouds of heaven. All the horror that we've sent down, riding in on the wings of a 767. They took aim a long time ago, but the marks were hit today. Rubble rumbled through the streets, our country's safety breached. The breaking point's been reached, they came to settle a score. Shall we hit 'em back and bring on more, or turn our cheek? And stop the sins of the father, 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 stop the sins of the father, stop the sins of the father, stop the sins. Stop the sins. Yeah. Sins of the Father. those of you who have heard me do With God on Our Side, I'm just going to do that and then end with one I often end with. Are you guys okay to do two more? Okay. Don't worry, I'll leave you on an upbeat. I know you guys. I know what you're like. I know what you'll want. This song was written by Dylan, at least the first 9 verses. I've added a few. And it's called With God on Our Side. He wrote it in the early 60s. In fact, there's a little story to it that in the 1963 Newport Folk Festival, Peter, Paul, and Mary came out and sang Blowin' in the Wind. And nobody knew who wrote that. Because, Dylan just made the scene in Greenwich Village. And and at the end of the festival, Joan Baez brought Dylan out, and the two of them sang this song to end the festival. And it really kind of transformed folk music and set the stage for, Dylan's career. So, now, he wrote 9 verses, and then I've written 6 to update it. And so when you hear these now, and some of them are a little sharp, but you have to understand them in the context of the early 60s, the social-political milieu in which he wrote it then, and the various global tensions that were going on, and the kind of the dynamics of international things. So. Oh, my name, it is nothing. My age, it means less. The country I come from is called the Midwest. I was taught and brought up there, its laws to abide. And the land that I live in has God on its side. Oh, the history books tell it, yeah, they tell it so well. The cavalry's charged and the Indians fell. The cavalry's charged and the Indians died. But our country was young then, with God on its side. Oh, the Spanish-American War had its day. And the Civil War, too, was soon laid away. And the names of the heroes I was made to memorize, with guns in their hands and God on their side. Oh, the First World War, boys, it closed out its fate. The reasons for fighting I never got straight, but I learned to accept it with pride. For you don't count the dead when God's on your side. When the Second World War came to an end, we forgave the Germans and then we were friends. Though they murdered 6 million in the ovens they fried, the Germans now too have God on their side. Oh, I learned to hate the Russians all through my whole life. If another war starts, it's them we must fight. To hate them and to fear them, to run and to hide. And to do it all bravely with God on my side. Well, now we have weapons of the chemical dust. If fire them we're forced to, then fire them we must. One push of the button, I shot the world wide. Well, you don't ask questions when God's on your side. Through many a dark hour, I've been thinking about this. That Jesus Christ was betrayed by a kiss. Well, I can't think for you, you'll have to decide whether Judas Iscariot had God on his side. Well, now that I'm leaving, I'm weary as hell. The confusion I'm feeling, no tongue can tell. The words fill my head and they fall to the floor. For if God was on our side, he'd stop the next war. Dylan Farley. So down through the ages, you see the story's the same. Fists rise in righteousness, always the other to blame. So I say to the fisted hands, violence is a dangerous bride. For it might be that your enemy really does have God on his side. Well, now it's the Middle East again. It's a foaming brew. Generations of hating Palestinians and Jews. Well, you see what a scourge is laid upon your lies, that your children are dying with God on your side. Well, I'm embarrassed to say that my country's led by a bush. Rank vegetation spreading from our planet's tush. Go sell 'em some guns, George, you've got God on your side. But for each one they kill, George, you'll be tracked down and tried karmically. This one I just added. In the dawn's early light, we were hit at home. But do we have the wisdom to know it's from the seeds that we've sown? Let us show to the world how with our might we can spare our planet from ever seeing more bombs bursting in air. Well, the times, they are a-changing, a great poet still sings. I can hear chimes of freedom through the thunder still ring. To bring out what's inside was our covenant at birth. And if we are on God's side, we'll create heaven on earth. So it is to the world that we offer a way. Climb out of the mud, man, proclaim a new day. Shake off the slumber and watch the sun rise. And in this new light, you'll see God on all sides. And in this new light, you'll see God on all sides. This is it. People are going, oh, God, thank you. Was he still playing? Wake me up. Is it still Saturday night? Is it time for church or what? We got problems in politics, too little honesty and too many tricks. We got problems in the healthcare system. The best we can offer is to put you in remission. We got problems in foreign affairs. Nations don't trust and nations don't share. We got problems in our societies. Kids are in the streets, they don't know how to be free. We got problems in bioscience. We're tinkering with the DNA without recourse to conscience. We got problems but we've been given a clue. It's not to do many things, just one thing to do. And that is raise the ocean of consciousness, and Mother Nature will clean up the mess. Oh, it's no. It's okay, baby. Welcome to planet Earth. We're gonna make it a better place for you. Thanks, Dorothy. See you. So if we bring in the tide, we'll raise all the boats. We don't have to worry about whether they'll float. She'll fix them all on the way up. Just one thing to do, and that's good enough. We got problems in agriculture. We poisoned the land, now the food's all impure. We got problems in government. True sovereignty eludes us with every attempt. We got problems in economics. Too many poor and too many sick. We got problems in all the religions. God's all but lost in the shuffle for position. We got problems in education. The source of knowledge has not been in the lesson. We accepted MSAE and MUM. We got problems, but we've been given a clue. It's not to do many things, just one thing to do. Raise the ocean of consciousness, and Mother Nature will clean up the mess. Women are always left with the messes, aren't they? So if we bring in the tide, we'll raise all the boats. We don't have to worry about whether they'll float. She'll fix them all on the way up. Just one thing to do, and that's good enough. Just one thing to do, and that's good enough. Thank you and good night. Thank you.